Alright, day 3. Here we go. Exhaust manifolds out. Alternator, air conditioning, condensing thing, power steering pump, radiator, air intakes out. All we have to do now, not all we have to do, what we do next is we take the headers out. So, it doesn't look like it's too bad. There's bolts on each of them. I think there's 2 on each one, so there's going to be like 8 main bolts total, and then there's a lot of stuff plugged into this, and there's also fuel lines and shit we'll have to take off that way. So I'm going to start by just unplugging what I see. We're going to get those bolts, and we're just going to take this thing off. Alright, so we got all 8 of the bolts off, and we also took this thing off. I unhooked these 2 here, and so we're just going to start unplugging the rest of it, and then it's already kind of loose, so this will be ready to come off then. So we got this thing detached down here, so this can come up with the header. Also back here we unplugged this, and then this thing comes out. So now we should be able to get, I want to get this piece free so that way you can take this off, because this is like wired into the headers and stuff. So how much more? Looks like should only be one more bolt there, I think, and then that can come off. These fuel lines are giving me trouble though. This thing's like impossible. I'm wondering if I can just pull out a fuel line from back here, and this bottom one I should be able to get off. So here's the big clip thing detached, and then there's a few things to unplug down here. I think this side should be good to lift out now, so I'm going to move back over to the other side where the fuel lines are. Alright, so we had 3 plugs here. There were 1, 2, and 3 there. Those are out. We took this hose off. I tried the fuel lines for a little bit. I'm gonna have to keep trying those. These are gonna have to come out. Those just pop right off. And then it looks like this thing's connected. So we'll have to figure out how that works. And there's probably just a few more other little things after that. There's also this little plug down there. So we got these brake lines off. Those really suck. You have to stick like some picks inside that plastic piece on the end of that top one to get the clips off. Detached this, unscrewed this. I think it's an EGR. There's this clip down here, that clip up there, since this hose is attached to the engine block. I think that should do it. We're going to give it a nice gentle pull and see if anything else is attached here. So it looks like we still have to get this hose and this hose as well. Alright, so here are the headers out. That was everything you had to take off. I mean, I left the clip on here back, and there's a couple other little things, but so that was that. It looks like these gaskets, this one's actually not too bad other than the fact it's old. I think I'm going to get new ones. The other one was destroyed. I don't even know where it went. It was there. It's not there anymore. Maybe it's stuck on the bottom of the headers. Anyways, headers are off. So I'm going to be taking off the this belt cover here next. Other than the little bolts around it that hold it in place, there's the main one there. And when you turn that, it turns the wheel back there. And so you can't just loosen the bolt because it's on something that spins. However, they make this little hole for you here with the bolt. You can see through it. And so what you got to do is you have to stick like a pry bar in here to keep it from turning as you crank on the bolt to loosen it. So we're going to do that and try to break this bolt free. So here's that big bolt, and I think I got all these off, so now I'm ready to take this belt cover off. So I got the I think with this There's marks on here. They're supposed to line up with the tick marks on there, or just straight up in this case. So I went ahead and did that. I just put the bolt back in to turn it. Now to take the timing bolt off, this piece comes off with this bolt. So we'll take this off. This will come loose. And then we have to take the valve covers off. And I already did that over here. There's just 6 bolts on it. This side, there was one bolt head that's rusted and it's basically rounded off. So we'll have to come back to that side. Hopefully a pair of vice grips will fix that later. But for now, we'll take this off, and then there's just some I don't know, head bolts, I think is what they're called, inside of here that we'll loosen, and then we'll be able to take this whole chunk off, and we'll be able to see those head gaskets. So there's that piece out, and now that belt's loose to be taken off. Alright, belt's off, and I started this back in here so I don't have to hang on to it anywhere else. So I'm going to take this valve cover off, and I'm going to look around for those bolts. So, the valve cover's off, and I'm thinking that these are our bolts here. They have those weird, I think it's a 12-point head. I do not have a socket for that. We're going to have to get a socket for that. So we're going to stop here for today. But, good progress. Valve cover's off. Just got to take those bolts off and try to wiggle this thing out of here. They said it'll be weird because I left this on and this doesn't move, so I'll have to like bend it out of there somehow. But the other side, I'll have to get to that other bolt, but it's just the same process over here. Also, you may have noticed, but these are dirty, very dirty. I don't think they're supposed to be this dirty, so we're gonna have to look into what the problem is there. The gasket on this side was pretty messed up. I think like only half of it was left, and it just looks nasty in there, and that's even with some of the junk taken off by the tape that I have covering these holes. So we'll probably have to clean some things up. There's all sorts of garbage in here before we put everything back together, so just making a note of that as well. Otherwise, good progress today. Here's the belt cover off. The belt's still in the car. There's the valve cover, and we have the headers off as well. So that's some good work. Open things up. We'll be at those head gaskets soon.